What's up, guys and gals? Red Icing back again. Man, E3 was actually good this year. Within the time of E3, we got so much info, and video game theories are bouncing around everywhere. You know what this means. Other than the fact that I'm going to talk about Persona 5. So many good theories have arisen lately. Like some YouTuber may have guessed the location of the next major Elder Scrolls title. It's Valenwood, by the way. Valenwood, whatever it's called. But some others are disappointing, like the fact that we haven't confirmed new intelligent species in Mass Effect Andromeda as of yet. However, this video is about Persona 5, and I am starting the weekend off strong by talking about the cooperation links we have seen so far. We have 3 new cooperation links to look at in Persona 5. Takami, Munna Hisa, and Jiro Sakura. I may have mispronounced those, but hey, I gotta move on for sake of time. All of them seem amazing so far, but their arcanas have been released as well. I will take a little time to talk about the first 2, but the third raises some questions, and I must stop to talk about it. Remember that half of this video is analysis, but some parts are theories, so not everything I say is set in stone. If you see a mistake of mine, point it out immediately so I can fix it in the annotations. New information is coming out almost daily, so also point that out as well for the annotations. With that said, let's look at these characters. Also, shout out to Fasizzle again for helping me. First, we'll look at Takami. She looks awesome. I mean, not only is she a doctor, but she has accessories that suggest goth, neo-goth, man, that's a forgotten term, emo, or whatever the kids call it today. Why she looks so cool, in my opinion, is that she displays an air of professionalism while still showing individuality, and her design is something unique and interesting. Tay first meets the protagonist after he passed out. She runs her own medical clinic for which you could buy healing items and other stuff of the sort. But there is a discrepancy I noticed. Rather than take care of a patient and get them out of the door, she takes the time to get to know them and let them know her. I know you are saying, duh, it's a cooperation link. But doctors of small medical clinics are usually busy. And yes, they will have the time to learn their patients, but usually they are too busy to go into depth about themselves, and they will send their patients out the door as fast as possible. Her arcana is the Death Arcana, which usually focuses around death or the regret depression around death. Which is too obvious of a statement, but it also focuses on the mysteries of which humankind cannot truly answer. Is it possible that a person's death affected her in such a way that she reaches out to certain individuals in order to cope? Did a death affect her practice so that she has the free time to talk to the few patients she has? Or am I overthinking it? Fosizzle's explanation is that Tay is very emotionally conserved, but she has way more compassion than she lets on. This is cool since it suggests that she wishes to be more compassionate, but something in her past went wrong, something like a death, and she has to change her public image as well as her own personality to try to cope with it. Whatever the case may be, the design is still cool, and I can't wait to play the game and work through her backstory. The next cooperation link we will look at is Munna Hisa. He is the owner of the weapons shop. The player is introduced to him through Ryuji. Not only is he selling weapons, but it seems he has an agenda of his own, more than he lets on. His ideals on making progress is to fight poison with poison, which gives off a little air of revolution and anarchy to me, but that might not be the case. Apparently, he agrees to sell the main character weapons since he may become useful to him in the future. Well, more than a client anyways. His arcana is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man suggests that a person's mentality or social inclination is stuck between 2 groups, or it is avoided by multiple groups. Munna Hisa is a loner, so it's easy to see the connections. However, what are his final goals? Is he really trying to change things through violence? Is he planning a grassroots uprising? Will he try to trick the player to join his folly? Why haven't the police caught on to him yet? Well, they also have problems, but these questions need answering. And even though I suggest revolution, uprising, anarchy, he just may be a loner that's a loser, and he's a weapon otaku who kind of creeps out other people around him. So it may not be as dramatic as I suggested, but everything shown so far just screams at me that this guy is trouble, and we have to make him not be trouble. The last cooperation link I will talk about is Jiro Sakura, and boy is he important. He is a friend of the protagonist's parents and owns the Sumikon, the coffee shop the MC lives above. He warns the MC at one point not to interfere with the privileged classes, as a lot of flack could fall on others around him. Not only that, he seems to have an opinion that young people should try harder to learn rather than become the idiots that he sees that just end up hitting a brick wall over and over again hoping for change. Apparently he is way overprotective of Futaba, as an incident when she was younger traumatized her. This fits in perfectly with his Hierophant Arcana, since Hierophants usually focus too much on the past, and they also have a tendency to focus on logic and safety, and have a significant death from their past that affect their decisions. I, for one, have to stop here and explain the significance of some things so far. Persona 5 is focusing on parents or family a lot more than past renditions. Family was often a smaller part in some of the links in past games, with some exceptions here and there. Persona 5 is putting a larger role in family for this game. Madarame is the legal guardian of Yusuke, Haru's father is the space boss, Futaba's father is a social link, Makoto is related to Sei Najima, who is possibly her mother or sister. Family has definitely become more important to Persona 5. The most intriguing aspect of Sojiro's introduction and explanation is it may shed some light on the Sphinx boss. Try saying that 5 times fast. We know that Futaba was traumatized, and since Hierophants have a tendency to focus on a death and how it affects others, the death may have been Futaba's mother. The Sphinx boss was rumored a while back to be Futaba's mother, but now that's called into question. It could still be her mother, because the death that Sojiro may focus on is the death of his marriage, but that seems even more unlikely. So now when we look at it, the Sphinx boss is either Futaba's manager, another programmer who Futaba trolled, and I even read a funny theory that the Sphinx boss is Futaba's stepmother or soon-to-be stepmother. I will wait for more info on this and tell you guys and gals if it comes up. Well, that's the end of the video. I must ask, did I forget something or am I wrong in some aspect? I will fix it in the annotations. I also have to ask, how happy are all of you to see the new form of social links? If you have any questions or theories of your own, please leave a comment down below. And if you want me to reply to it, start the comment off with red, and I'll get back to you. Thanks to all the commenters who have been sending me more info these past few days, and I cannot be more grateful. Also, I cannot think of a closer, so goodbye.